I've already created a basic document structure, so we can talk about hyperlinks.
This video is brought to you by ObbyPie's Academy.
We're going to talk about two types of hyperlinks, external and internal. We're going to do external first. Those are hyperlinks that go from your site or domain to an external site or domain. So for example, let's say we wanted to create a hyperlink to udemy.com. So there's two parts to the hyperlink I like to think about. The first part is the text the user will select in order to activate the hyperlink. So let's say you can take this course on Udemy. And let's say the text we wanted the user to be able to select is course on Udemy. So that's going to be the actual hyperlink. So I'm going to surround that with anchor tags. That's A for anchor. And only the content within the anchor tag is actually going to make up the link. So here the word Udemy is part of the link, but the period is not. And let's go ahead and put this in a paragraph tag just so it's completely correct. And then we'll close the paragraph after the period at the end of the sentence. So that actually creates the anchor, but we haven't yet put where we want the user to be sent if they click on the hyperlink. So I'm going to say href equals http://www.udemy.com. Just like that. So now we have the complete link, and it's kind of on two lines here. So let me stretch this all the way across like that. So we have in our paragraph tag, you can take this course on Udemy. Course on Udemy is inside the anchor tag with a /a closing it here. So this is the actual anchor, and it's going to go to www.udemy.com, to that particular URL. So let's go ahead and save. I used Command S, and let's bring this up in the web browser. I'm not using any CSS at this point, so it's going to look the way the default style sheet determines, just plain and boring. So now if I click on the link, we get to the Udemy website. There we go, and it's loading Udemy just like that. So we could do other types of links the same way. So let's say here, you can get your news from CNN. And we wanted the word CNN to link to the CNN website. So there's our anchor tag, and the text we want the user to select is CNN. So we'll close the anchor tag there, and then we'll add our href attribute with the full URL, http://www.cnn.com. Now, the thing about hyperlinks is that if you link to a site that doesn't exist, that's going to be a broken link. For example, if the site changes its location and you don't change your code, then you're in trouble. Or if the company goes out of business or takes down their website or whatever, you'd have to change your code accordingly. So that works just fine. So these are external links. These are links that go from our website to a different site. Now, let's say I wanted a link to a different page entirely. Let's say I wanted a link to a different page within my site. So this is not going out to an external site, but from within my site going to another page. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the HTML from our restaurant page, and I'm going to put it here. So let's go ahead and paste that. So there we've got our restaurant.html and our burger bullet. So we have both of those pages, and we have the HTML for both those pages. But there's no relationship between the pages. We can't move from one to the other unless we use an internal link. So I'm going to say here, my text is going to be, check out my restaurant review project. And the anchor is going to be the words restaurant review project. So that still works the same way. We have the text the user is going to select to activate the link, the opening A and the closing A tag right there. The href, however, is going to be a little different. The href for external links, you'll notice, used the fully qualified domain name. including the http://. But because we're on the same domain or within the same site, all we need here is the name of the page, or rather the file name of the page, restaurant.html. And you can see that my brackets environment is helping me here. I can just click it and it completes it. So that'll go to the restaurant HTML page. So we'll go from one page to another. We're not going out onto the internet. Both these pages are right here. Here's hyper.html, which is this page, and then restaurant.html. So the restaurant.html will be loaded into the browser. Let's try it. So let's go ahead and load up our restaurant.html, our hyper.html that's got our hyperlinks. So you can see the external links we created before. If I click on Restaurant Review Project, it loads that page. Now, we have what's called here a dead end, because once I get to this page, there's no way out. And we never want the user to have to press the back button to get out of a page. That's bad user interface. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add to this page another internal link. So let's go ahead and go all the way to the bottom here outside the div. And let's say back to hyperlinks page. So the text I want the user to select is hyperlinks page. So we'll put that inside the anchor tag. We'll use the href attribute and then the name of the file, which in this case is hyper.html. We'll let the brackets environment help me out there. So href hyper.html, we have an internal link. So this should now give us round trip. We should now be able to go back and forth. So let's refresh. And down at the bottom of the page, back to the hyperlinks page, back to the restaurant review page, back to the hyperlinks page, and you can see we can go back and forth. So keep in mind that external links go from your site to another site on the internet, another domain like udemy.com or cnn.com, and internal links just go to another page on your site, like I'm doing here to my restaurant reviews project.